name is Casey Williams, Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Spring Hill, Tennessee, and welcome to Brilliant Strokes. Brilliant Strokes is an intergenerational art program provided by the Arts Build Communities Grant through the Tennessee Arts Commission. And if you would like to be a part of this program, you can register online through the city website, www.springhilltn.org, or through the Parks and Recreation's Facebook page. All of our instructors are local artists, and we're so grateful to them for donating their time and their talents to be part of this unique program. Have fun!
Hey there, welcome back to this week's Mixed Media Collage project. Today we're going to be working on this butterfly collage, and the things you'll need for this week are some of the collage papers that you had. We've already used some of this one, but you're going to need that. You're going to need the small butterflies, this page that has a dictionary page on it, and I call that an eco print. The only three paint colors we're going to use are the burnt sienna, black, and yellow ochre. Also, you will need some of the Mod Podge, a brush, ruler or other straight edge, pencil, and your black micron marker. If you remember last week at the end of the class, I said if you had one of the hard panels and it was still kind of a light blue color, to go ahead and coat it with a couple of coats of gesso to tone down that and give you a white canvas to start with. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, we're going to work on some of the asemic writing, and you'll just take your straight edge and draw some lines. You can do it all the way across the page. I usually do them about, I'm using my pencil about a ½ inch apart. No rhyme or reason, just working my way down the page or the canvas. You can make them very light, or you can have some weight to them. I like to just vary it. Then take your black micron pen. We're going to do the loopy Dr. Scribble writing again. You can write down lyrics to a song. You can write down just words that are related to one another, but always try to use positive thoughts and not just random words. Or if you need to vent, you can do that too. So since we're going to work on using a butterfly in our project, I'm going to try to use words about flying and freedom, the air. And again, the way to make this loopier, you don't need to be able to read it, but any of the letters that are going up, like a D or an L, you want to exaggerate that, and same with the letters going down. Anything like an M or an S, maybe add an extra loop to it and an extra hump in your M, and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to take the second and right here. To the pencil. So there we have it. The next thing that we're going to work on, we're going to also use some of the collage paper. So I'm going to take this piece that has the dictionary page and the eco print on it, and I'm just going to tear a random strip here. And a secret to tearing, if you tear down, so the piece you're tearing apart tears down, then you will not have a white edge here. But if you tear it up towards you, then you'll have a white edge right there. Doesn't matter, if either way is fine. It's just if you have a preference, that's how you control the edge on your papers that you're tearing. That's probably about good. I want to extend it down past my writing, so I'm just going to use the Mod Podge. And again, I like to do it both on the back of my collage paper as well as on my surface. The next step we're going to do is take some of kind of the orangey color paper here. I'm going to apply it in this area. I might take this other little scrap just because it's here. Just add a little more interest to overlap it there. I'm going to take some of the black paint and make a big messy blob. So you want to overlap your papers. And then you can take a pencil or your bamboo skewer and you're just going to kind of make some marks in that and pull some of that paint out. Give it just a little bit of texture. And I'm going to take just a black pencil and do some markings on here. And now I'm going to add my butterfly. I'm going to use this one at the top. And this one, I'm going to tear it pretty close to the edges, but it doesn't have to be perfect. If you want to take some scissors and cut that out, that's fine too. And also what I'm going to do with this little guy is I'm going to tear the wings apart. And I'm going to use one of the words from this page to make him a new body. And I'm going to pick dancing seems like a good word for a butterfly.
Just a little more this one, Podge.
Kind of lost. I'm going to add some drips down from the butterfly so he has a little more movement. I'm going to take some of the burnt sienna. I'm going to smaller brush. Just kind of want it a little bit watered down. Drag it down there. And if you add a color in one place, you always want to spread some around some other places. So I'm just going to use that on some of the edges there. Some shading onto that dictionary page. And then this is one of my favorite tricks, is the shelf liner paper that you have. You want to make sure that your brush is fairly dry. I'm going to use some of the yellow ochre. You don't need a lot of paint. Just kind of sweep it over the top. You don't want it to go down in all the little cracks and crevices. Just kind of sweep it down. Then you can take a pencil, or if you have a water-soluble pencil or a watercolor pencil, just to go around the edges a little bit. You know, on your camera, if you edit a photo, you've got a filter in there that will do a vignette, and you can either whiten the edges or darken the edges. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Just going to bring that in just a little bit so everything is not stark. Either take a brush or your pencil or your finger and just kind of activate that. And I always have to go in with my fingers. I'm going to also take this and just around the edges of the dictionary page. It'll kind of give it just a little more depth, just by adding some of that to there. Take some of the gesso, just a little bit, kind of lighten up. I think this edge is too hard here, so I'm just going to take some gesso, put it on my shelf liner, soften the edge. You want to put your antenna back on your pencil. Then you can continue to add layers to this. You can use your papers, you can use more paint, and then just remember to sign it. So that is the end of this project. So for next week, if you want to work ahead a little bit, so you can follow along, we're going to create, this is our most difficult piece yet. It has the most layers. We're going to use our bubble wrap. We're going to use, you need to find a lid. You can even use the lid on your Mod Podge to make the circles. We're going to use the shelf liner to stamp here. And be either looking through your collage papers for some special words, or through magazines and just cut out words. This one says "Find Your Way." whatever saying you'd like to put on yours. But if you want to work ahead, take, you should have 8x10 canvas flat panel still available, and take some of these sheets as well as this sheet, and you'll just tear out some pieces and collage them on in random places like we did the last time, and remember to put this underneath and on top. And I'll see you back here next week.
So, if you like what you've seen and you want to take part in Brilliant Strokes, don't forget, go online to our Facebook page, that's Spring Hill TN Parks and Recreation, or to the Spring Hill City website and register. Registration opens February 18th, and the first 8 people to register for each class will get a free goodie bag. Can't wait to get creative and have fun.